Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. All that and more coming up next.
With the eyes of the world watching, it's time for the biggest event of the year as we're proud to welcome you to the Super Bowl. Tonight, with a hallowed Lombardi trophy in the building, it's a battle to raise it at midfield between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So second down coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This one finds Goddard. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. From the pistol, Hurts. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's tackled for no gain.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, the big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
Taken in by Smith. And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on third down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Escapes the pocket. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be fourth down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away.
That's incomplete on
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Motioning the tight end now. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Finds the in route complete. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort.
And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. DeAndre Hopkins, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Reed now to kick this one away. Covey now to return this. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Ball at the 33 for first down. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
On the move, headed right. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Hurts now from the gun. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Has a man. It's Brown. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Hurts. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down throwing for Hurts. This throw is caught. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Nicole Hardman now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now for the second time, we get a look at this Kansas City offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. First down throw, Mahomes. Has the open man downfield. Oh, this big guy is moving. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs need only one to take the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And Brock, they are not in the spot they want to be, but still plenty of game left. You don't want to let the setting cause an early overreaction and panic.
Yeah, you just can't overtry. And every bit of you wants to, every fiber of your being in this building right now, you want to perform. You just can't overdo it. Get back in the rhythm and play your game.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Back to throw, Hurts. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys got a little fun with him in practice this week, because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Oh, he's going to run for it. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Buying some time left. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Welcome back. The team is set, so let's get back to it. Second quarter of Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. They're stuck behind the sticks on 3rd and long. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
On fourth down, Hurts. Forced out to his right. He's running for it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
This finds Smith. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Motion man right is Smith. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
Well, right side, caught by Smith. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down from the red zone. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to flow toward it, and that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Okay, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
Hurts throwing again. Escapes out to the left. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Watson. And the Chiefs get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
Those defenders, well, they're just as excited as all of us when we get to see a two-point play. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and can energize the defense and give them that swag when the defenses stop them.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Up to the races, middle of the field. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs grow the lead to 7. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Reed now to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
He takes it himself. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat. But the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, shouldn't have let that one go. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
A second down run by Pacheco. And they had that one contained right at the line. Milton Williams making the stop. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. The Chiefs looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes Matt Araiza to handle it. And this punt lands in the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Looking for the back that time. And now they face 2nd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Completes it. It's a gain of 29 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Is Devontae Smith the intended receiver? And it's going to be 2nd down. Dotson now in motion right. Hurts trying again on 2nd down. He fires one deep down the left sideline. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Hurts setting up to throw. Buys time, rolling right. That pass caught by Dotson. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
From the pistol, Hurts. Throw caught by his running back. And he's out of bounds. That is not going to be enough. He made a bid for it, but he was a couple yards short. That's a turnover. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. So it's 2nd down coming up. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He's on the move. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. And that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. On first down, Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. A tight end in motion now. This time, they'll keep it on the ground. So we have reached halftime in Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. Now we'll send you east to our studios. The call came in before the teams even hit the locker rooms. We're skipping halftime. We're starting the third quarter right away. Well, we all enjoyed that halftime show, right, Brock? These guys were strategizing how to win that Lombardi. We're back underway in the Super Bowl. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. The Eagles swarm in and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Finds his man, it's Worthy. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Back now, pressure on its way. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Hopkins on the slant. He's got a gain of 6 there. Darius Slay with the stop. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Pressure coming from Mahomes. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. Matt Araiza, the one to send it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Eagles will take possession. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. Able to find Dotson here. And he's out of bounds past midfield. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. It's Dotson on the catch. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throwing for Hurts. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
And with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Hurts now from the gun. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Looking to throw. And they won't do it. That ball's incomplete on 4th down. They've got 1st down from the 31. Mahomes. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing is Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. To the air, Mahomes. Completes this one to Rice. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up. Intended target there was Xavier Worthy. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Kansas City sends out its punt team. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. It's fielded at the 14. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And he's... They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They get 27 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Throwing here, Hurts. It is cut left side. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Completed over the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Rolling left, buying some time. Now he takes it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down is just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Buying some time right. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw, Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Smith. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's first and goal. He'll try to do it himself. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain for them, and now it'll be second and goal.
A tie in baseball, Kate, well, we know it goes to the runner. A tie at the line of scrimmage on a sneak, well, in this case, it goes to the defense.
Barkley goes up and over for the touchdown. The Eagles shrinking the lead some in the third. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
The Eagles lined up here. They're trying for 2 once again. He's throwing for it. And they drop just the right throw, and it ties this game for them. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
Good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. It gives it Pacheco to start the drive. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
They motion the tight end over. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Rice. And he's going to be across midfield close to the 45 before going out. So we're winding down to the end of the 2024 season. That's the end of 3 in Super Bowl 50. Second and 6 coming up here. We send a man in motion. Another throw for Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. To the left and hauled in by Kelce. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down. It took a great defensive effort to do it. Well, they got the chance to kick a potential game winner, Kate, and that's all that kicker wanted, a chance. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. And all he can hope now, tie game late here, is that his counterpart across the way, warming up in that kicking net, well, he doesn't get the chance to end it himself.
On first down, Hurts. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Trying to find A.J. Brown. And that'll bring up second down. Hurts setting up to throw. On the move, headed right. That one's complete over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
You run that sneak there because you know you could rely. Trust with a capital T on the big fellas to do just enough. Get just enough push in the middle so that QB can fall forward. And as we just saw, it's really hard to stop.
Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no one connecting. It's incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made. Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up, but you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They send the tight end in motion. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this third down. Back to throw it. That one complete to Hopkins. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. First and 10, it's Mahomes. On target to Worthy. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a fourth-quarter lead. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Reed now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Into traffic, complete. And this one does not go far.
There is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Throw right side, caught by Goddard. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. First and 10 from the 41. Hurts now from the gun. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 2nd and 3 now. Hurts throwing again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. He'll throw it. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Looking to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Two timeouts plus the 2-minute warning for them to use, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Motioning left is their running back. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Here he is to throw. Getting out to his left. Trying to push it deep downfield. And he breaks up that throw for the moment. A good defensive play as we hear what this flag's about. Offense tagged for the penalty there as they walk off the distance. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. To throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. So that brings up 4th and long. Here he is to throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Chiefs. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, whether they recover that one or not, either way, they were turning the ball over there. But no doubt, probably stings a little bit extra fumbling it away instead of just being stopped short.
It sure does. Because look at the defense. Look at what you just gave them momentum-wise. Not just the ball, but the spirit of those guys knowing, yeah, they not only stuffed you, they could rip that ball away from you too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. It's Pacheco again. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. So now here's 3rd and 5. Right back to Pacheco. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. 4-yard pickup there, and that makes the decision even tougher now, 4th and short. And yet again, the Kansas City Chiefs have won it all. They are your Super
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Denver Broncos. And it's coming up next.
fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field, a mile high here in Denver, Colorado. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you got quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
What a perfect day for football. And here we go at Mile High. Here's Traymon Smith with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix entered this league as a grown-up. 61 college starts will do that for you. A ton of college experience. And Bo Nix is a facilitator. When he is at his best, that ball is in and out of his hands in an absolute hurry. If he were a point guard on a basketball team, he'd want to go up and down the court and get it out of his hands as quickly as he can. He's accurate, he's tough, he's experienced, and he's poised for this challenge of the NFL.
Following that play, we've got a timeout already for an injured player, and it's one of their receivers who's shaken up on the offense's first snap. He rolls to his right. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Third down, 1 yard to go. He keeps it himself. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
Certainly dropped these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage. But I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the first down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. And he could have a free play here. Chased out to his right. Complete out to the right side. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still second down.
Offense to the line for second down. Play action with Nix. He fires one deep down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. They're going for this. Flush down out to his left. And it falls incomplete. And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on downs. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out to one of the game's all-time leading passers. The top pick back in 2009. Still going strong. It's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle father time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear and the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down. They take the handoff now, Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. You got to be smarter than that. No reason to hit the kicker there, and that gives him a first down. Running it after the penalty. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Stafford from the gun. His throw is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. Point after converted from Cardi. And the Rams will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's Smith on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So the Broncos headed out for their second drive of the game. And they sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Headed out right. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he goes out a little short of the 40. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Cut by Sutton. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Denver first. They put a receiver in motion right. Nix off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win. and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. On first down, here's Stafford. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't connect with Puka Nacua. And it sets up second down. Up the gut they go with Williams. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brandon Jones up for the stop. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing now, Stafford. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away. This one intended for the running back. 4th down coming up. The Rams are set to punt. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. So no return on that punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Completed to his running back. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Shotgun snap to Nix. Trying to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Here's 2nd and 5. Forced out to his right. That one's complete over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down. They'll throw again. Nix buys time, rolling right. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. And a surprising fourth down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. Stafford now on first down. Able to hit Robinson, complete. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop. Second down now, 7 to go. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, third down coming up. Shotgun snap to Stafford. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it'll be their football. Throwing on first down, Nix. Escapes out to the left. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Portland Sutton, the man he was after. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. It's taken in by Williams. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackle made by Cameron Curl.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
That play good for 17 and a first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
On the run right, throwing deep down the side. Oh, and he can't follow through. He had the deep shot for a moment, Brock, but he bobbled it and drops it. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Nix now to throw. Throw complete to Williams. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks. And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Catch made over the... Stafford. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. And he goes down a little short of the 40. 2nd and 3 now. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, third down coming up. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. That one complete to Higbee. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Stafford gonna go on 4th. He connects downfield on 4th. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the red zone now. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for second and goal. Now Stafford again. This throw is caught. Touchdown, LA. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Rams drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Rams kicking team is ready. Then they're going to send this one away. Here's Smith on the return. He loses it on the hit. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. Denver set to take the field on offense. This would be a good time for their first points of the game as they find themselves down a notable amount already in this opening quarter. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Nix from the gun. Buying some time right. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up. Nix. Completed over the middle. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
Here we go on 4th. Nix. He's on the move. He's got it deep downfield. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. And with a half a football left to play, we can see already how close he is to that 100-yard mark in this game. Got to think that he stands a good chance of reaching it with plenty of time left to go. Passing downfield, working left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Play action with Nix. Vacates quickly left side. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Nix off the play action. Rolling out to his left. He's going to keep it this time. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. It's a pickup of 11. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he sails that one over the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. So it'll be 2nd down.
You know, I don't mind taking that risk, especially on early downs. You try to shot downfield, it doesn't work. But, Kate, the good news, you've got 2 more downs to try to find a 1st.
Escapes the pocket. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Design bootleg here. He rolls to his right. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
Denver calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. From inside the 1, here's 1st and goal. He has it on the QB sneak. And he gets in, touchdown! The Broncos will reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's a Bo Nix touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And after some momentum was wrestled away by that last touchdown drive, Brock, the pressure is on them to respond here. His pass caught by Nakua. Along the right sideline, there's space. Puka Nakua to the house. Touchdown, LA. The Rams throw their early lead to 13. It's a Puka Nakua touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams double their lead to 14. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's Smith on the return. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 30. The Broncos running their offense out once again. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Headed out right. Down the run right, throwing deep down the side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Here's Nix to throw. Left side now, caught by Sutton. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first. They'll throw again. Nix. Pass taken in by Sutton. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They're now set for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Rolling left, buying some time. He's keeping it again. And this one doesn't go far. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 27. It's taken in by Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Throwing here, Nix. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. 3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. To throw, here's Nix. On the move, headed right. Has it at the 7. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Oh, nearly got to the end zone there. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on 4th down. Williams. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It's 2 yards on the gain, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
And he's in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos make it a 1-score first half. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Rams and receiver Puka Nacua back out to take possession. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On first down, here's Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. It's complete to Higbee. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Sent down by Cody Barton. Third down. Broncos loading up that secondary. They're in the dime here. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. To the line we go. They're set. First and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up. Putting a receiver in motion. Throwing is Stafford on third. That's caught for the first. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. From the red zone now. Cup on the catch. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Now Stafford again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up. Shotgun snap to Stafford. He's got time here. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. Sly's kick is up and good. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. They'll run here following the penalty. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Defense showing blitz. Stafford. The throw is caught. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line. Broncos bringing out an extra DB. Third down coming up. Stafford from the gun. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, where they come down to a play or two, and third down's critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, Their coach wants to see them convert those.
Sly's kick is up and good. The flag is down, though, so let's see if this kick stands or not. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. And he's got a free play here. This one won't be reeled in, but they had that green light to take the shot, and they did. Looked like somebody on the defense jumped the snap. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Tight end going in motion here. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, L.A. The Rams take a 13-point lead. Now the Broncos take their third and final timeout. And we'll see how this plays out the rest of this half with none remaining. Cardi now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Rams double their lead to 14. The Rams kicking team is ready. Then they're going to send this one away. Here's Smith on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Broncos. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Buying some time right. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Here's Nix. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs. And he's now reached it with that last catch. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. The early returns on the stat sheet have been good so far, partner. He's off to the exact kind of start they were hoping he'd have.
Yeah, you can just feel the rhythm, the timing, the tempo. And that ball is zipping all over the field.
Getting out to his left. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Nix. Chased out to his right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he takes this inside the red zone to the 15 before going out. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's the red zone. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag.
Intentional grounding. Offense.
No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
Buying some time left. Throwing on the run, deep down that left side.
The ability to track the ball. Right, ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Early on, it's not his work passing the football we're talking about. It is what he's been able to do as a runner that has this place buzzing.
Yeah, years ago, Kate, taking what the defense gives you means checking it down, but not anymore. Not with the QBs of today. He's showing you the prowess he has with his legs as well.
A lot of room they need here. It's 4th and a long 8. Shotgun snap to Nix. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's gonna... And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos make it a one-score game in the first half. It's a Bo Nix touchdown. He's throwing for it. Flush down out to his left. And he reaches the end zone, so the two-point conversion will cut the lead down to 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Kickoff taken at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Out come the Rams on offense. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Stafford back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Completed to his running back. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
From the 40 on second down. That's taken in by Cup. And he's tackled for a short gain. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Running for the marker with Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
And he's brought down for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Buys time, rolling right. This one falls incomplete. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton, and now it's second down. Nix now to throw. He completes it in traffic. And he gets him around 6 there. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. He's now up to 7 catches in this first half. Quite the pace that he set for himself. Let's see if he can keep this up and just how many catches he can haul in before this one's over. Now Nix on 3rd down. Throw complete to Williams. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. They'll throw again. Nix. He finds him beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side. for being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive. Give to Williams from the gun. And he'll get it down for a solid gain to about the 37. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Nix off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Nix to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Oh my goodness, they're faking it. And that is incomplete. The fake is unsuccessful. The fake field goal does not get it done. This is going to be a turnover on downs. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Now Stafford to throw. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Stafford from the gun. Cup on the catch. He'll be touchdown short of the marker, so 4th down coming up.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying.
Illegal block from the back. Return team.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. So the penalty on the return doesn't do them any favors, Brock. A lot more field ahead of them here starting out. Throwing on the run, deep down.